Hi, and welcome to What is Analysis Excel? Uh, Basic menu explanation. Uh, Microsoft from Windows 2007 and later um, basically decided to go with an interface called Ribbon, uh, which is basically what you see here. Before they had an interface that everybody was accustomed to, that it was just uh, the tabs and basically a drop down menu, and then it basically cascaded from there to there. With Ribbon, the way to use it is gets a little bit. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you're used to it, it can be quite useful. So we're gonna look at the various aspects of it, and we're gonna go in later videos. We're gonna go more in depth into each and every one. So the first one is this is basically what's the most commonly used features, which are going to be formatting, text formats, placements, uh, alignments, basically number formats, and some styles, insert, delete, format cells, which is something we're going to go much more in depth later on, and basic sorts and filters, and basically find, select, and replace. Also, the sum. Basically, on just about every item that you basically have an explanation of a basic explanation of what it does and somewhat how to use it. But with all these, it's better to have an example, which I'll show later on. So this is for home. For insert, you basically have something that's called pivot table. This is gonna come much later on, but it's one of the most powerful features of Excel. Uh, Basic table for analysis. You can insert pictures, clip art, and stuff like that to make your documents more presentable and easier for customers, or just for your own employees or whoever this document is sent to. You can, from a data set, you can basically create pie charts and uh, plenty of other charts. You have a whole selection of them, and we're gonna go more in detail on how to use them properly and how to make them fit how you want them to. You have an option for hyperlinks, either into you can basically either link to the web, to other folders, to other files in your own computer, or into a shared drive, or inside the same spreadsheet. So there's a lot you can do with this. Not on hyperlink doesn't only mean for internet. You can put text boxes, header and footers. This will go in more details because there is a difference between a text box and a regular cell. And some basic other utilities. In page layout, these are basically some more advanced formatting features that we'll get more into. We have formulas which we'll need to dedicate a lot of time to it. But this is basically one of the biggest strengths of Excel, is that you don't need to calculate everything by hand. You can basically use formulas to do whatever you need. Like let's say that you need to have the sum of this column. What you would do is something like equal sum, and you basically select close parentheses, enter, and you basically have the sum, things like that. And you can formulas are, they already have plenty of preloaded financial formulas, uh, text and date formulas, and there's a lot of text manipulation you can do. Let's say that you want to replace a certain part of text, or if you want to merge two cells to form one into one cell, there's a whole lot of them that you can do, and we'll look at each and every one of them afterwards. Name manager will go into and define names. This is a more advanced feature of Excel that we'll look at afterwards. Calculations and formula editing, that's more specific. We'll get there when we get there. Now, this is another very interesting feature of Excel. It's basically data integration, data manipulation. If you have a lot of numbers and you're going to be using this a lot. Like, let me give you an example of one of the most powerful features, filters. You can basically select a range, and basically it'll automatically filter things. Like you can select if you only want something with show 10 or show 11 to show, or if you don't want them to show. And basically, if you want to sort A to Z, Z to A, or even by color. And you can do even more advanced filter to that. We'll look into it afterwards. Like this, I basically changed the order from the highest to the lowest. And here we're going to look into more details since it considers the way it works with some specific formulas. It's not exactly always the way you intended it, so that's why we need to look into more details. Review, we have the basic spell checker, Saurus, basic translation feature. This good luck with them. And protect worksheet, share worksheet. You have the option in Excel to basically share a document and have like your whole team work on it at the same time. And if it's properly managed from your end, you won't even have data corruption or basically two people working at the exact same place at once. If it's well separated, you're okay, and it'll be quite useful. Now in the view, you basically have zoom options, like if you want your text to be a lot bigger or a lot smaller. This is useful depending on your screen size, or if you want to look more into one subset. Freeze pane, new window, switch windows, workspace. These are all things that are going to be quite useful when you're working with multiple sheets and multiple documents. And here we have developer. This is going to be a more advanced subject, but this what basically all of the Office line of products, they have something called they have a language that you can use directly into them that's called VBA for the respective applications, like VBA for Excel, VBA for Outlook, VBA for Word. And with that, you can basically program what you need and have it repeated for you automatically. This is a really powerful feature, and we're going to look at it much later on, since you need to basically be well versed with the rest of Excel to be able to use these features appropriately. And last but not least is the add-ins. In this particular case, I didn't really add anything to add, but there's plenty of plugins that would go in here. These are things that you basically have to look for yourself on the web, or you can make your own, but that's basically a little bit outside the scope of these tutorials. Okay, thank you.